Sorry, yeah.
How's everything going so far?
What are your initial impressions of the linebackers so far?
Initial impressions, they are just a high character group, very talented, athletic, tough, a lot of room for, I think we got a lot of room for just, I'll say development, but what I mean by that is just learning the defense. But they're a great group, man. Great leadership. I mean, really impressed with that.
The 3 starters returning, but
yeah.
I know there's a lot of competition. How would you describe where it stands right now?
Competition. And it's, it's kind of like next man up right now. So, we have so many guys, so you kind of got to roll them and try to put people in spots. But they've been competing, and I've been pleased with that part of it. And everybody's been learning everything, which is great, which helps you in terms of, trying to put people in positions to play. So it's been competitive, but it's, guys are working. It's awesome.
Al, the day your first press conference here, I asked you, what would it be like to be in a position to look at your whole room from top to bottom with no preconceived notions and kind of start a new depth chart or start a new thing from just your own analysis? I mean, what's that been like for the first few weeks to just kind of, sit back and get these guys on the field and really see what you've got in that room, like with your eyes? It's
been awesome because here's why. Every kid knows that, so you get everybody's best. Like, nobody's comfortable, nobody's complacent, everybody's growth-minded, everybody's eager. And so as a coach, I'm not coaching effort. And I'm not saying a place like this you ever would, but it's human nature, right? So it's been awesome because everybody's kind of bought into that and actually helping each other, man. Oddly enough, I say oddly enough, but guys are very supportive of each other. But when they're out there, they want it. So it's been fun in that way.
Is that hard?
As coach?
Just meaning usually you have precedent, you've got people who started, you've got returning starters, you've got captains. Is it hard to start from top to bottom from the beginning?
Well, I mean, look, Malik Harrison, for example, he's a 4th-year guy, he's a senior. I mean, clearly he's not on the same level as a freshman, right?
Right.
So when I say that nobody's comfortable, I mean, Malik Harrison has earned enough equity in his body of work. He's an excellent talent. So I don't mean that. I mean more so in the middle. But you take a guy like Dallas Gant, who's a young player, and he's getting opportunities, he's emerging. Taraji Mitchell, like those guys, to me, are the ones I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some guys do have equity.
You got to. I mean, you know what I mean? Like a guy like that. I mean, you gotta. I mean, and he's shown that. He's worked his tail off. He's he's been a leader. So I don't want to be. I don't want to say that.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like a guy like Tough Borland.
Yeah, tough. Yeah, those guys, man. I tell you, Pete Warner, Justin Hilliard, Baron Browning. Those guys have been here, man. I mean, they got equity. So I mean, you respect that, and that stuff matters.
But are you in a position where you would make a change if you felt it wasn't the right move?
I wouldn't say. I mean, this is the 4th practice. I think it is. So I mean, he's still got a lot left. So I don't feel like I'm ready to answer that yet. But everybody's been working their tail off. So for sure.
You mentioned Dallas Gant. What has he done to emerge?
Man, that guy. He's done all the little things. He talks special teams. In our culture, this is something that's been here for Coach Meyer, and been fortunate to be around coaches that have worked under Coach Meyer. But special teams is huge, right? And so a lot of times it's a rite of passage for a young player. And so Dallas Gant, man, he's taken that and ran with it. He's done a great job in his role as the linebacker. Man, you watch the tape, he shows up, and he's competing, and he's every day getting better. So. Really excited about him. He's done a great job.
This unit took a decent amount of criticism last year. When you watched the tape, did you feel like that was justified? And how do you feel like you guys look so far? Do you feel like this will be a strength of the team?
Yeah, I mean, last year criticism, and we lost 1 game. So everybody's got stuff to improve on, so I don't really give that much thought, to be honest.
It was that position.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I know you weren't here last year.
Yeah.
From working with your guys, how much of a sense are you getting that what you're asking them to do is something new?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. Honestly, they just kind of have bought in and have gone to work. I mean, everything's new because you got a new scheme, right? So I think that's tied into it. But there's no resistance. There's no. I mean, if they make a mistake, you very rarely are making it twice. So I think they've taken to it, So I don't know if that answered your question, but You know, I try to focus on the stuff that matters. It's kind of what they're doing now, fixing what they're doing, or, you know, encouraging them, that type of deal. So, I think they've been doing well with that adjustment.
Now, you said earlier you're not coaching effort because everybody's busting their rear end.
They are, man.
You're not having to. This is the big time, right? They know.
They know. Everybody here, I mean, every kid here, man. We coach Marati.
Yep.
I mean, it's a culture. So everybody wakes up. I mean, you should see these guys at 5 a.m., man. They take the field running. It's a great culture. And, so, I mean, human nature comes in every once in a while, but that's normal. But, yeah.
What's the adjustment to Ryan Day?
Adjustment?
Yeah.
Man, you know what? I don't know if there is. I mean, I think he's obviously done a really good job of just communicating. So I don't know if there's an adjustment, and that's hard for me because I'm just getting here.
Yeah.
So it seems like everything is rolling. To my understanding, rolling like it has been. You know.
Al, I know you guys have been experimenting with a hybrid linebacker safety kind of position. What is your guys' goal for that position?
Just the playmaker, put them in position to make plays. You know, see what they can do well. Kind of grow their skill set. So me and Coach Matty, we every day is kind of like, and Jeff, Coach Athley, trying to figure out, what a guy does well, and then try to put him in a position to do it.
He was asking if I was going to fight with you.
What? Why?
It's because.
Oh, God. That's my guy right there.
Will you guys recruit to that position, or do you just take what you've got and find that?
Great question. You're a ball guy. Because, so the origination of that position was you take a safety who maybe not as fast, and you plug him into that position. But now I feel like that guy, I mean, you think about historically, that guy is a guy who can sack. He can pass, rush the passer. Not every safety can do that. He's a guy that has to be able to play at the line of scrimmage, use his hands. Not every safety can do that. A guy has to be able to cover man, a slot. Not every linebacker can do that. So, and it's funny, high school they set the trend. You're seeing high schools use that guy. And so you can recruit to that guy, I think, to a certain extent. That's a great question.
Now, would you mind just in how you anticipate you guys putting 3 linebackers on the field or whatever, 2 in the hybrid position on a typical down? And I know offenses change. I know there's no such thing as a typical offense or down anymore. What are the responsibilities of the 3 linebackers who will be in on 1st and 10 most of the time?
Stop the run.
Can you go what you just did with the hybrid position? Just how you think about linebacker and the kind of player you're looking for at each of those 3 spots.
So you take the Mike and Will. Those guys got to be fundamentally. They got to be excellent because they're closer to the ball, and we're a fundamentally, I don't know what the right word is, but a focused unit. So we talk about leverage, you talk about footwork, you talk about hands, all those things, tackling. So we're looking for guys who kind of buy into that first off, and that are built like a mastery of that. And then, you got to be instinctive. You got to be able to use your eyes. You got to read your keys, and you have to be able to act on it. So instincts are big. And guys that love contact, So if you look at characteristics, those are the kind of things we're looking for, man. And obviously you got to be able to run, but everybody here can run. You got one guys who love contact that just seek it. I said something to Kayvon Pope today. He was, there was a play, an inside drill, and it was over on the opposite side. And he just ran over and just made contact just to make it. I said, man, you're a contact seeker. Those types of characteristics you like. He's a young guy who's going to be a really good player, but those are the kind of things you look for in those positions. We're fortunate to be around some real good ones, but those guys got to be missiles and they got to love it. And you guys know it. There's more. Hell, they were at practice today. Carpenter, Josh. Those guys, all those guys, historically here, have been ball players, physical, run, and they're buying the fundamentals.
Speaking of OSU